good afternoon here in Israel. You are in Italy. Where?
All over Italy. We are
All over Italy?
Yeah.
Siena, Milano, Roma, Torino.
Wow. Okay. So it covers a lot of terrain. So welcome at the planting site. My name is Eran. I'm an employee of the Jewish National Fund. And we are here at the tree planting site in the hills of Jerusalem, in the foothills of Jerusalem. I'm going to show you the vicinity, and then I would like to explain a little bit about what we do here with tourists usually. And actually, we plant trees here at the site that you're going to see shortly with people that arrive in Israel and plant their own tree. But of course, we are prevented by COVID-19. We don't have visitors in Israel. So we have initiated a Zoom tree planting that we can have together. I will show you the surrounding. I'm reversing the camera. These are the foothills of Jerusalem. We are about 15 kilometers from Jerusalem. Okay, you see?
Yes.
Yes.
In which direction?
We are to the west of Jerusalem. We are between the town of Beit Shemesh, if you know it, and Jerusalem, on road number 44, which is actually the border between the hills of Jerusalem and the Judea plain.
Got you.
Okay? So now you can look at our tree planting site. You can see the black pipes on the ground. Can you see the black pipes on the ground?
Yes.
So this is the place where we plant trees with tourists, and each tree gets an irrigation of about 1 year. It's 2 consecutive summers. In the wintertime, we make a great effort to do without water, without irrigation. But this winter is a little bit dry, and I've already irrigated the trees a couple of times. We are expecting some rain, so I think, I hope that we will manage. But each and every tree here at the site is being taken care of. And we are about to plant your tree. Just want to give you a little bit background, if it's okay. Are you good with about 4 minutes of information?
Indeed, we are.
Very
Yes.
good. So I would like to speak with you about what I call TPC. TPC is tree planting culture. This is the tree planting culture that we have. We have it in common, whether we belong to the Jewish people or not. I think the whole world should have it, but the Jewish people had it since long. It's depicted in the Bible, it's depicted in the Jewish origins. And here in Israel, it's a part of our modern history, because most of the forest trees in Israel have been planted during about more or less 20 to 30 years. It's a story of a young country, a fledgling country that had to absorb 2 million Jewish people. Many of them were refugees, and they had no jobs when they arrived at the young state of Israel. And they were given by the Jewish National Fund daily jobs of tree planting. And tens of thousands of people have planted an area of about 100,000 hectares of forest in Israel. For a little country, it's a lot. And now we have in Israel approximately some 240 million trees. And this is what I mean, a tree planting culture. It doesn't only involve the tree planting itself. It's a whole culture of donation for trees, of naming trees, of participation. And I see behind you, sir, you've got some pine trees just behind you. I can say that they're the Pinus halepensis. They're Jerusalem pine. Well, what part in Italy do you live?
So yes, basically I live in Turin, but a little bit up the hills.
Up the hills, I
Yeah.
see.
So you see down there, there is the city, and here
Just
there
a
is
minute.
Spines you're telling about.
Very beautiful.
Julia is in as well, yeah.
there she
Very-
is.
Morning.
Good morning, all. So your Turin is Torino, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Oh, so many
Nice to
young
meet you.
people. Likewise, nice to meet you. After this introduction, I would like all of us to get the tree. We are planting a eucalyptus tree, which has a it goes back many years to the times of the pioneers that arrived in the land and have planted many eucalyptus trees. It happened also in Portugal. To plant one of these trees, one of these eucalyptus trees. They're very young and they're about 5 months old. Let me take one of them out of the socket. This is the root system of the tree. You see, it's a very juvenile, healthy root system with white roots that they are the most important. And this is the crown of the tree, the little tree. I'm going to dip it in water just before planting. And we will walk with the tree to the place where we are planting it. You have a nice view here to the hills of Jerusalem once more. And I'm putting the tree in the ground. Just a minute. And we are actually planting it together. You see the drip irrigation button is right here to water your tree in the summertime.
Amazing. This drip irrigation. Also, eucalyptus, I think, is a tree that like also doesn't use much water, so like it's perfect, no? So species.
It's a legend. It does use a lot of water, but eucalyptus are very adaptable. They grow, if they grow in a place with a lot of water, like in Australia, they can, some parts of Australia, not all Australia, of course, they can reach about 50 meters and be very humongous trees. And in the north of Israel, at the Dan River, we have really big trees, but they also grow in the desert. There are many species of eucalyptus. This is the, I'm reversing, this is Eucalyptus camaldulensis. Camaldulensis means that this is the most common species of eucalyptus. It has a white bark and it's a lovely tree. And here in the hills of Jerusalem, it gets to be a big tree because we have enough rain in good years to sustain it. And it can grow to be about 20 meters or even more than that. It's a very important tree of the forest in Israel and all over the world, especially in the third world, where they use the timber of eucalyptus for many things, mainly energy. It grows fast, and in places where there's a lot of water, it grows to be very big as well. Okay, so I would like to thank you so much for initiating this tree planting and sharing with me and sharing with the land of Israel this TPC tree planting culture that we have. It's a great thing. I mean, every tree is a salvation to the world. We We can name every tree Salvatore
This
because
is
it
why
saves the world.
this is why we chose, in order to start, this is just the beginning, to plant these first 3 trees.
You ordered 3 trees?
Yes, we did. The first
Okay,
is
so
for the Italian Union of Jewish Students and Young Professionals, UGEI. And then the
I-
2 others are one for our newspaper, HaTikwa. And the second one is for our aggregation department, which is called Rewibe.
I didn't know. Thank you. I didn't know that you ordered 3. I'm getting 2 more trees. Just stay online, please. Okay.
Yes, we will.
Look how beautiful the hills. Oh my God, I miss
Yes,
going to Israel.
it's very, very beautiful. It resembles parts of Italy as well. I've been to Abruzzo. Abruzzo, it's amazing. It's not so far from Rome.
Yeah, actually, it's true. It's just over there. It looks quite.
Some parts, the lower parts of Abruzzo look a little bit like Israel, but as you get on with elevation, it's much more European. You've got snow over there and beech trees like in Europe, but the lower parts, you have vegetation that it's a little bit similar to the vegetation of Israel. Okay, 2 more trees coming up. This one I have to change. This one is not good. It disintegrates. That's another one for you.
Eran, meanwhile, I'd like to address to our fellow members in Italian in order to suggest them to plant trees. So I'm switching language for a very short span of time, right?
Prego, prego.
Grazie. Allora, giusto ne approfittiamo mentre Eran predispone il tutto. Abbiamo scelto di accodarci a questa bella iniziativa in seguito alla nostra partnership con Keren Kayemeth Leisrael Italia e vi invitiamo a fare lo stesso. E noi abbiamo intenzione di farlo in altre occasioni, di farlo come consiglieri, di farlo come individui. Questo era soltanto un primissimo step. Israele ha bisogno di alberi, il mondo ha bisogno di alberi, tutti noi abbiamo bisogno di alberi e crediamo che non ci sia dono migliore che possiamo fare a noi stessi, alla terra di Israele e al pianeta Terra tutto. Quindi seguiteci, fate come abbiamo fatto noi, condividetelo con i vostri amici, piantiamo tanti alberi. Grazie. And thank you, Eran, for guiding us into this journey, which is very, very stimulating and interesting.
Thank you so much. Thank you for you. I have to tell my wife that I planted with Italian people that speak Italian. Of course, she just adores the language. La più bella lingua del mondo.
Grazie. No.
Prego. It's really, really a lovely language. So this is the last one. We're planting it.
It's truly an amazing way for us also to be connected with Israel, to live our Zionism, to help the planet as well. It's really an important moment, and thank you so much for doing this and for creating this kind of initiative that permits to all of us who can't come to Israel right now to share this moment.